Hey guys, how you doing today? It's me, Kelly. So we're going on to the next step of our pan pastel mixed media, and I will link the video in here and down below to show you how we made the background. And the background consists of pan pastels, acrylic paint, distress ink, permanent archival ink pad, watercolor, and stamps and stencils and a whole mess of good stuff. So that's where we're at, and I wanted to show how to use pan pastels in your mixed media. So here we go. We're going to start now. We're going to paint something on here. Now, I've been painting a lot for my Etsy store, and I've been putting my pictures up kind of as they're in process. And one of the main things lately that people have been asking me to do a video on is the girl I did with the pink hair. She's not quite done yet, but I thought I would do a little version of that on here and show you guys what I've done. You know, it's very simple. It's not really a big, you know, a big commitment for you to do this in your art journal or, you know, any way like that. You can do the background one day and then do the face or whatever you want on the next. Something that you can do if you don't want to do faces, you don't have to do faces. You can do whatever you want. You can use this now as a collage background. You can write on it as a journal. You can do whatever you want. So much collage stuff is used out of magazines and stuff like that, and it's so much fun and so creative. So think outside the box. If you don't, I know a lot of you don't like doing faces, so you know, just go for it. Go for something that you love to do. Okay, so I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna take white because white is what I used for her face, and I'm just gonna put some white out there. And I'm not really going to necessarily sketch out a face, you know, like draw a face like I normally do. But what I'm going to do is I know I want her hair up here, and I'll probably do her hair like a purple or something on this one. But I'm going to start the eyes because I want the hair to be there. But I'm going to start the eyes. I'm going to put a line here and a line here, just so it's kind of on point there. Doesn't have to be perfect or anything to that matter. I'm going to do her nose there and do her little mouth there. And all I'm going to do is take my paintbrush. I'm going to start with a thin paintbrush. I wish I could tell you the number on there, but these are so old and destroyed. It says, oh God, I'm old. I can't read. But just use whatever you got. And I'm going to go in and I see where my eyes are, and I'm just going to kind of go in and sketch around. See how that white pops off there? I'm just going to sketch around like that. I'm going to kind of do her neck. Very simple, very easy. You can see because of my hands and everything like that, because the RA fiber and whatnot, I always lean to this way. I don't know why. Now, another trick you can do is wet your brush and go in again to make it, to blur it out a bit. Because we can go back and tighten all that up later. But you see how we're just adding that in there. Makes the white go a little better. And that's kind of where we're going to stay on that one. And then I'm going to go in with a little bit of the white and I'm going to do the eyes. And we're just going to kind of sketch them in. I'm not going to worry too much. Doesn't matter if they're on point or not. We'll go in and sculpt them out later. And then do the nose. You don't want too much white on there. You'd rather have less than more. Let's see, what kind of nose do I want to give her? Yeah, you can see I drew with my Stabilo. The black's coming through. I don't care. It doesn't bother me. I like it, but it's yours, so you do what you want. I'm going to give her a little highlight on her nose right here. Like that. I'm gonna, and I could take that off later. I don't know. Maybe I don't want it. I don't know. I'm gonna kind of give her a little bridge on her nose. And you know what? Maybe I don't like that. I'm just gonna rub it off with my hands because it comes off like that. And we're gonna add highlights and all, so it's not a big deal. And then wipe your brush off a little bit. And then just go in and make your lips. Don't think about it too much because that's when you mess up. I'm just lightly sketching it in with my paintbrush. Everything can be tightened up later, don't worry about it. You just want it sketched in. That's simple so far. And then I can see here, I mean, you're good to take a ruler or something like that if you want to make sure everything's kind of on point. You know, I always paint upwards. My hands do not, they don't care. I just love to paint, so it doesn't matter to me. Okay, so that's where I'm going to kind of keep the eyes. And I'm going to take a bigger brush, and I'm going to wet it a little bit, and I'm going to put it in here. Get some white going on in here, and I'm going to kind of go in and paint the face in. And it's okay if you take out your nose or anything like that, because we can definitely go back in. We just want to lay that color down. I'm not worrying too much about shading or anything because the colors are going to come through. And I'm not worried about that. I like that. You will need a couple coats of the white, definitely. But that's why I water it down some so it doesn't just become so opaque. I want some of that colors to come through. And I'm not going to worry about inside the eyes now. I'm just kind of going around. I'm going to soften that up. I'm going to paint the neck. Get that in there. See how that's softening up that white paint a little bit? All right. So that's where we're at for that. All right. And you can make her have like little shoulders if you want. Some people don't like the floating head. It's up to you. I don't care. I just love to paint. All right, so we have that, and I like to take my brush and just go in and soften these a little bit where I had those lines for my, they're basically my guidelines, but I'm just going to soften that a little bit. Now I want to show you, one second. I want to show you my, look at this. See the color? It's not pure white because it's picking up a little bit of what's on here. It's not picking up the pen pastel though. You know what it's picking up? The dilutions. Dilutions is very pigmented, very strong. It's delicious. I'd like to bathe in it. I'd like to wear it as lipstick. I love it. But you can see it's not picking up color where it's going to make this dull. Do you know what I'm saying? You're just getting that little bit. And think about all the color that we put on here and all the different products. You're not getting it lifted. The pen pastels, the dilutions, the ink pads, the acrylic paint, all of it. None of it's coming up. And that's, you know, that's what you want. So I'm just going to kind of go in here and work with this nose a bit. Because I have my Stabilo there, but I'm probably going to go over that nose a little bit. Not use my Stabilo for that. So I'm just kind of going in again. And because we're working with acrylic paint, it's going to dry permanent. So it's not going to lift as we do different layers. All right, so I'm just going to kind of do this right now. Smooth that eye out a bit. Yeah, there we go. And then make this go up a little bit more. And that's kind of when you can kind of put your eyes in there the way you want them, you know? You see how it is? Good. Okay, let's go. I don't know what the hell that was. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I want to do a little dark. I'm going to use a color. It's called, it's from Delta. It's Ceram Coat Bambi Brown. And I love this for my shading. A lot of you ask about, want me to do shading videos. And I think I'm gonna. I do the shading when I do my different paintings, and you'll see that when I get them up for sale. But when I'm just playing and I'm having a good time, I like to use, I just kind of like to do, you know, what I like to do. But with this, I'm going to kind of go in and shade just a little bit. So we kind of get that, I want that chin. So you see how I'm just kind of doing this to blend it in? I'm going to do that with the neck. I'm going to take a little, I'm only doing a little bit. You want to clean off your brush each time, but I'm going to kind of go in and I'm going to lay that down here. I'm going to lay this color over here. It gets up here. I got to put my nose in. I've got to remember. I'm just going to shade. And I know it's hard to see because we don't have that white down there as permanently, but let me show you. I'm going to rinse off my brush, and then I'm going to dry my brush off the best I can. Nothing, you know, it could be damp. And then I'm going to kind of go back in, and I want this, I see that I want this a little sharper here for her chin. So I definitely don't want all that. I just want it a little sharper. And we'll go in with a darker color after that dries. All right, so let's pick the eyes right now while the rest of that dries for a second. I'm going to go with a cobalt turquoise. I'm going to start a little bit at a time. Just going to go in straight. I'm just putting it in straight. And and these are great because they really cover. You see, we're just going to put our eyeball in. Yeah, it's big and bold, but I'm not worrying about it because we're going to outline it and soften it up. All right, you see we got our eyes in there already. Don't get rid of this white paint because we're going to use it. I'm going to rinse my brush off. I'm going to take a little bit of this water and I'm going to just touch it in here to give a little bit of swirls. It's going to just give it a little bit more dimension in the color. And you can see it pulls the blue. So just kind of want to just lightens it up a bit. But you know, I'm going to put some gold or something in there. But that's how we start that. And then I'm going to take my brush again into the white. And I'm going to do my nose again here. So I'm just going to kind of, no, brush is too wet. You can see it dabbed. It dabbed. I wish I had dab. Okay, let's see. Come on, my friend. Just gonna give her a little nose. We'll get that working a little bit better when we go to outline it. You can see it's a little thick. I just take my finger, wipe it off. Everybody makes mistakes, so why can't you? All right, I have to go for it again. Should have used a smaller brush, but I'm not. I just want that to be, yeah, that's better. Yep, and then we have our little, just so I can see it. Just so I can see it. Not a big deal. It's not going to definitely be like that after I get done shading it, but it tells me where it's at, so I know where it's at. And then we have our lips. And because I watered down that white when I went to paint it, it's still a little bit wet. So you can really get in there with the lips. All right, so I'm going to hit it with my gun real quick. Oh, she's crying, look. It's all right. It's not a big deal. I want, when I put the next coat of this eye color on here, I want it to be multicolored. Nobody's eyes are really one straight color. And not that that's what I'm doing here, making it realistic. I'm just playing, but you know, I'm gonna go in with some cobalt teal. The last was cobalt turquoise. This is cobalt teal. And I'm just gonna go in and I'm gonna circle in and color it in. Kind of blend that. Yeah. Because then we have to put our eye in our pupil. Do it again. And then we have our eyes sitting there. Creepy looking, creepy. Now for the lips. Color, don't want to do the lips. Just do my regular pink. Pink might be, this is a very magenta color, but it might be, yeah, it's not going to show enough. So I'll just put a layer on there. It's kind of like Magesso. I'm going to have to do that probably in a red, which will be fine, but that'll just take that bottom coat. I really like the tear coming down. I don't know, I might make her creepier. I think I'm gonna. Okay. I like it starting to get creepy. Can't help it. Oh my god, was that a fruit fly? Where the heck did that come from? I don't know. I'm gonna take some more of my camel. I'm gonna go in here. I might need to do a little bit darker. I think these colors are a little bit darker than my other canvas, but that's okay. Who cares? All right, so let's work on the eyelids. I'm gonna use a, what color is this? Gold. This is Quatacondrone. I don't know, I pretend like I know how to say it, I don't. But I'm going to use this as her shading for her eyelids. I'm going to do that over here. And the lighter the better. You can obviously see that this was, I used way too much. And I'm just going to keep going up until it, I love the red eye. Just take it up a little bit here. And then bring it underneath here a little bit. Do the same here, take that extra and run it under here. I have to show you up on the camera closer. I'm really going to get my other camera up. And then I'm going to go in with a little bit of, whoops. That's why I'm supposed to put the lid on everything. All right, lid on. I'm going to put this right here to kind of take some of that off. I'm going to go into the little bit of shadowing here. A little shadowing here. And a little shadow under the nostrils. Yeah. Then rinse your brush. You want most of the water out. And then go back in and kind of feather it out a bit. You want that color in there for the shadow, but you don't want it to be so so dark. Just keep blending it. Keep blending it. See how the nose is sticking out so much better now? Where I did it. Okay. All right, and then just feather it out. Like blend it, take it up the sides. And it really doesn't matter. This is a great time for you guys to practice with your shading because you know, it's just, you're just playing. You're not going to really need a lot of shading because obviously she's, you know, she's on a background of a mixed media. Now I'm going to take some water and I'm going to mix it in the rest of this. And I'm going to shade down here a bit. On the one side, underneath here. I'm not going to blend it out too much. Just give her a little bit of shading there. And again, just want that. All right. Now I'll take my brush. I'm going to go in the eyeball. I'm going to take some of the white. I do like that red though, the red eye, but oh my God, the water. I forgot to take the water off. Let's do over here. I'm just going in with some of the white. It's okay if it blends or the blue's a little bit wet. Doesn't matter. See how that makes that pop out? All right. So that's our first layer with our white, and we want to just let it dry for a few minutes, and then we'll put our next layer. You could take it under here if you want. A little bit of white there under the eyeball. It's all on what you like. Okay. You could see her little highlight on her nose. You could take this little bit of white up here just to give it a little bit of highlight, and then I like to go in like this and tap it. Tap that, tap that. There you go. And then a little bit of light right there. See, and you can see how you have that shading right there and how it really makes it pop. The eyes, I'm going to take a little bit of this watered down white, and I'm going to push some of it back, but give it more of a kind of defined look. Take it down to that nose. And then just kind of blend it. I love using my hands. Don't be afraid to use your hands. All right. All right. You see how we got that going? Okay. Now, I got to decide on this if I want to make it creepy or not. If I want to have her cry blue, like her eyeballs popped. I don't know yet. I don't know. But I think I'm going to go in and try to cover it a little bit. But that's so white. Yep. It's very white. So what I'm going to do is, I threw my paper towel away. I'm going to take my disgusting disgusting rag. I'm going to take my finger on it and I'm just going to blend it over that because we don't want it too stark white. But white's okay, and I'll do the same to the other side. And I'll just kind of blend it. I can put a little bit over here. Is that easy? And blend it. A little bit on her nose. We've got that highlight. Okay, okay. This isn't going all the way yet. I'll do one more. Pretend like you're putting concealer on. And then I just blend. But obviously it's not going to go away because it's on there. So we're going to have to work with that somehow. And I think I know what I'll do. But for now, that's good. So I'm going to go back in with the straight white. And I'm going to go around these eyes again. I really want them to pop. Not bad, not bad. It's not to be perfect. It's just your mixed media. I just want to show you guys there's pan pastels in here and they're not going anywhere. And I have pan pastels up here, I have pan pastels down here, and I have the mixture of a decoupage with water matte up here, and I have the what's it called, Spectrafix down here, and you can see you're getting, I mean, it's not doing anything, it's not hurting anything. So I'm going to go down here, I'm going to highlight where I want that chin to be. See how that kind of forms it a little bit better? Yeah. And then I'm going to just kind of lightly bring that up. We're going to put hair on her. And then just go in again with your finger. You can wet your finger or whatever you want and just kind of blend that in. You just want everything to kind of, like I said, kind of pop. So we got that. And now we need some eyebrows. What color eyebrows am I gonna do? What color? Let me see. How about brown? We'll do burnt sienna. So I want to put some brows in. Just take a little bit. I'm going to just kind of go like that. And I'm going to kind of rock them that way. And rock them that way. Yeah. That's good. And then you can kind of come in here and just shade with a little bit of that on there. Just around there. Like it would be your crease of your eye. Okay, and then I'm going to go in again with my blue for the eye, the lighter blue. Just going to go in there, and then I'm going to add a little bit of gold. So I just want to add some of that and some of that. So it sticks out, and then some gold. Just some gold in there. And then I have to add its pupils, her pupils. Let me just hit this with the gun real quick. Now the fun thing with doing this on mixed media background like this is, you can see I have this right here. And it could be an issue if I was doing a regular painting, but because it's mixed media and that background's coming through anywhere, everywhere, it just looks like it's coming through the background. So I'm not hating on it. I could put a little butterfly or paint a little heart or something there. Who knows? I might, but I'm just saying, not a big deal. Now I want to do her hair, but I want to do her hair very, thinking either green or purple. I think I'm going to do my favorite green. My favorite green is, of course, Granny Smith. And I'm just going to plop it here for now. But I really got to get more of this. I use this green like crazy. And I'm just plopping it on there. I'm going to take this. I'm going to dry it. Not all the way, but enough. And I'm just going in. And I'm going to take it down. And I'm rocking it outside of this. And it's picking up some of that color. I don't even care. I'm going to do the same over here, except I'm going to go like this and give it, and I'm going to paint all this this great green color. And I don't care if it picks up underneath. I just don't. I just want it all to blend. I want that down here. A little more. Just use it like you're drawing. And just add that all there. Pull it all over because we're going to put some swirls in there with that leftover white. Just make it all. said, make your curls. There we go. Now, I'm going to have this go over the face a little bit more. There we go. You could do this with your fingers too. It doesn't matter. See how she fills out the whole thing? No, it's not exactly like my other one, but I love it. Now, here's something you can do. You can, which is something I would probably do. You can cut this like an ATC card to get those edges rounded. So she's round. Or you can, we're going to put just details in. Or you could put, like I want to put something in her hair. So do you see what I'm saying? Now you can see on her neck, I'm going to take, I got some extra of that green on here on my thing, on my paintbrush. So I'm just going to go in and take it all the way down to the neck. See how that makes it look better? It just makes it look like it's more, I'm into froze. I have that curly hair that just, especially in this humid weather, that likes to fro out. It gets frizzy, it does its own thing, and kind of that's what I look like with dark hair. Okay. All right, so you see that? Look how awesome. Now, if you don't like the eyebrows, I probably would have done the eyebrows black, but I'm kind of sticking with these same colors, but you definitely can do whatever you want. And we're not done with the eyes yet, but you kind of see what I'm saying. But this is where you're going to kind of, you can wet your brush if you need your paint to go a little bit further. And I just kind of go in like this to add some more detail because we're going to add some swirls in there. But, oh, what was my point? Oh, Kelly. Oh, okay. So I just go in over my face, like, so it can thin the face out a little bit. You see how you take care, like, you're just masking it. Oh, I love it. I love it. I can't help it. I love it. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my black. I'm going to let that dry just for a second. I don't want it fully dry, but I don't want it soaking wet either. So I'm just going to take a little bit of black. Back in black. And I'm going to take a little bit. And I'm going right in to my pupil. And you can use your circle, you know, so you get spun on circles. Needs to be a little bit bigger because the eye is bigger. And I'm going to cut that off on the top, so you're not going to see all that. You'll see what I'm going to do. Everything's a process. Yeah. I got too much water in that one. Come on, why you got to be a pain in my butt? Now, do as I say, not as I do. Make sure you dry your brush before you grab the black because it's going to smear everywhere. I don't care because I'm going to fix it, but it's not getting, you know, I'm going to have to put another coat on it because I just didn't dry my brush correctly or enough or whatever. Now, you could take your brush and just kind of line those lips a little bit. See how that adds? And I'm going to add a more different color over there, but I'm just kind of adding that in there. And like I said, you want to go over and do the brows? Just take your brush, go over with the black. Everything is everything. Awesome. Look, I think I'm going to put a teardrop there though. Should come from over here, but I think I'm just going to do it Kelly way. It should be a little blacker, but no, that looks silly. I don't like that one. I don't like it. I don't like it. So what I'm going to do is take water on my brush and go like this. This is what I love acrylic paint for. And I'm going to just dab it and leave it like it was for now. Okay, so what am I gonna do? All right. I'm gonna take my paintbrush again. I'm gonna get some wet white paint and just kind of, I love having this is what I use for my palette. Every day I'm gonna get my palette out and really use it like a real professional. I never do. All right, so obviously she has some curls going on, but just kind of go in. And it's not dry all the way, but that's okay. And just kind of Add texture. Texture. And I'm going light first. And I'm just adding little bit in there. Little circles. And you can tell I'm picking up, like as I'm going back for my white, it's making it like light yellow, and that's okay because it's just the colors. Let's just add in some swirls. And then you can add a little bit more white on your brush if you want. And kind of, that's what I do. I just kind of go in and do my thing. I really don't think anybody's going to look at this and think I was trying to paint Madonna. You know what I'm saying? Love it. It just makes it look like, and you can go down and flatten, you know, if you don't want it as bright. It just makes it look just a little bit of depth, a little bit of curl, a little bit of hair. We'll put a darker color in after. But that's it for that. So I'm going to rinse my brush real good. And I'm going to go in with the white. And what I'm going to do is go above this eye right here. And if you have a jelly roll pen or a white paint, I do have a Liquitex white acrylic marker I could use or whatever. But do you see, I just went over that and how that made that eye look so much different? That's all you want. And you can go in and put more white if you want it. La, da, 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 da. All right. See? That's it. Now I'm going to take a little bit of this and mix my white in it so it's shadowed down a little bit. And bring this down a little bit just to kind of bring that eye. I love when people, I love all of you. I love everybody, all of you guys who watch me and comment and everything. I love it. I love when I'm painting something and you guys are always like, oh no, why'd you do that? I just like playing with paint. That's my problem. I'm just going to outline these eyes. And you will see. Like, she ruined it. But that's the fun of painting. You just do what you want to do. You know, you don't worry too much about, you know, where you're going to go. Now, like if I was doing this straight up, if I wanted to sit and play for hours, I'm not going to keep you here for hours, I would take a little bit of white and I'd do like the little highlight up here. But I don't think that's going to, should have used silver, but it gives it a little highlight. And then you can go back here. Q-tips are like your best friend if you have Q-tips. I don't have any Q-tips here right now. I wish I did, but I don't. So I'm going to have to use my finger and my rag here. And I'm going to dab it. Because I want that layer. And just dab it around. Now you can see I got some yellow in there. Oh well. We'll just kind of blend it out a little bit with your finger. Everything's fixable. And that top, that part of your eye kind of goes into where your where your nose. You see how I pulled it down for shading? That's kind of what you want to do. That is your shading right there into your eye socket and eyebrow and all that. So that's what I'm going to do. Okay. So I'm going to take a little bit more white and I'm going to kind of blend in here like I'm doing that. And then I'm going to I have many pencils, many pens that write over acrylic paint. Right now I'm just going to use my Stabilo, But of course, use, you know, I have Sharpies work great, Bics work great, Copics work great, alcohol, any kind of alcohol pens, Faber-Castell works great. So do your thing. You know what I'll use? I won't use that because a lot of people don't have those. Let me see if I'm going to use my Pitt Artist Pen Faber-Castell. And I'm just going to go in and trace this up. I want her eyes to stand out. Oh my God, you can hear my dog's feet. It's driving me crazy. So I'm doing that. I'm going to do this. And then I'm going to go in and give her eyelids. Oh my God, my dogs don't lay down. I swear. Lay down, guys. Okay. So you can see I kind of did those a little bit differently. Not a big deal, but I'm going to wet my brush. I'm going to kind of go in before this dries, even though it's a permanent. I'm going to try to soak up all that black. But what you can do is use it to paint with if you want. See how you can paint and make it dark like that? I don't necessarily want that. So I'm just going to keep drawing my brush and lifting it up. Dry your brush, lift it up. And that'll take that off there. See? Just make sure you wipe your brush off every time. So essentially, there you go. So essentially you can see that, and I did these a little more pronounced than I normally would. I'd probably do them like this, but I love making things a little out of the ordinary anyway. But you can push these back. You can paint, like I said, with your brush and make them a little wider. Like she has some black eyeshadow on. We could do that here too. Just do it before it dries, add a little bit of water. You know what else are great? Are those, what are they called? Fantastics? Q-tip, whatever you got. You work with what you got. All right, okay, not hating it. But if you want a little bit more, you can just kind of go in and use a little bit of your marker if you want, or acrylic paint, whatever you got. It's all right. And then we're going to go in and we're going to put in, I'm going to use my marker for this. I'm going to do my pupil. Yeah, see how much better? Listen, I'm in severe pain today, my hands and all, and this is all I want to do. Does this happen to any? I know 45 minutes in, you're never getting these 45 minutes back. But that's when lately when I'm in pain and I'm so miserable, I just want to sit and cry all day. This is what I've been doing, is drawing and playing and doing this for whatever reason. It's been, you know, helping my mental state, which, you know, I don't know, but it's been helping me. I just haven't been playing, like, you know, it's not beautiful. It doesn't go with no awards, but I'm having a blast doing it. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to quit bothering you guys with my video here, but I'm just going to draw everything real quick. I'm going to grab red. Let me just draw a space on this. I have been loving painting on mixed media backgrounds. I don't know why. What color are you? I don't know why I'm loving it, but I am, and that's what I've been doing. Who knows what tomorrow brings? I'm just going to take some red. I think I'm going to go in and kind of do these red. Although, might not be the best color either, but it's what I'm doing. So many of you want me to draw like some creepy stuff, which I'm going to start doing because I've been in the mood to do that. Yeah, just a little bit. I mean, that's much better. It is much better. And then let's take some gold, metallic gold, and let's wipe this up. Okay, these mats are the best. I might have to do a giveaway of a mat, get a mat for you guys, because these mats, I just love them. You don't have to have them, but look at what a pig I am, and I'm just using them and doing my thing. All right, I'm going to take some gold, and I'm just going to go in, and I'm going to kind of do just some streaks in here. Yeah. It's okay if it's darker in other areas. You're just having fun. Oh, I love it. Love it. All right, now I'm going to put some white paint on the pupils so it has a little bit of a highlight. Oops, didn't dry my brush enough. Always have the highlight on the same side. And like I said, you can go in and straighten everything up if you want. And I'll probably put, oh, you know what? I wanted to do a little highlight on her lip. Like, just kind of a highlight to dry. Yeah. All right, for now, I'm going to let her dry. I'm going to let her dry. I do want to put something in her hair. I don't quite know what yet, though. But that is it. And again, you can use your pan pastels on here. You can use, you know, whatever. I did the background with pan pastels, but I did all the rest with acrylic. But I'll do another project where I incorporate the the pastels themselves rather in the painting as well. I love how everything kind of peeps through. Some people don't like mixed media because they don't quite understand why we do backgrounds and then throw stuff on top of it. I like it. I think for me, mixed media inspires me. Like when I do backgrounds, I can sit and do 12 backgrounds and they inspire me to go on then and make a painting or journal page or whatever. So if you're still with me at 48 minutes, I don't know, I'm sending you a high five because it's a long video. But I had fun doing it. So if only one of you watch it, I'm okay with that. So I love you guys so very much. And as always, thanks for watching. If you like seeing these in full force of creating and start to finish, give me a thumbs up. Let me know. I know some of you love it and some of you don't. So I try to make both kind of things in, you know, when I'm doing it. But I just wanted to show you a little bit of shading, a little bit of playing around when we're using the mixed media background, just so you don't, you know, but you know, you feel like you can do it because you can. Now, something I want to do on here to finish it, and I'm gonna do it. I'm just gonna do it. Is I'm gonna take this white right here, right? This is what I'm gonna do. I love doing this, and I'm just gonna. I'm pretend like I'm an artist. I love this. Now, what you can do if it goes too much on the eye, I don't care, but you just kind of pat it because it's with water. But I love that painterly look on there, so I'm happy with it. But this is her. Let's see. Focus, focus, focus. All right. We're not going to focus. Really? It's not. It's not. There we go. There we go. I love it. I love it with the little sprinkles on it. I just love it. I love it. All right. I'm done playing. Can you tell? It's the kind of mood I'm in. Kind of mood. Now I got white everywhere. The more I clean in here, the worse it gets. I'm telling you what. But that's my offering for that with the pan pastels and all that. And I will see you guys in my next video. As always, be kind to each other. You never know about somebody else is fighting. I love you guys so very much. And I will see you guys later.